Hello. Today's video is it's going to be a good Cipher video. Ever since I did my last two Cipher videos, I did one on the pictorial images hidden within the 1611 Jerusalem map, and then I also did one on the Latin letter AE and how Bacon is using it as a letter replacement to unlock ciphers, and we're going to prove that today. I've been working on this pictorial image ever since I made that video, and we have made some significant progress. And so I just wanted to update you guys and show you the progress we've made. This cipher has been in front of us since 1623, and I don't think anybody's ever seen it before. It's just it's incredible. The message that is given, it's really undeniable, and you just, to wrap your mind around it is the hard thing. And then you got to test it out. You got to follow them ciphers, and when you reach that location, you have to test them out. There's several ways they can be interpreted, and so it becomes very difficult. And so but we're making great progress, and so we want to go ahead and show you that today. And so here we are, and this is in the 1623 first folio, and it is of course a dedicatory page by Ben Jonson to the memory of my beloved, the author, Mr. William Shakespeare, and what he has left us. That's going to become very important for what's actually being conveyed here on this page. Now when you get here to the bottom, you got that AE, the Latin letter AE. And I had made a mistake in my last video. I thought that it was supposed to be the name Achilles, and somebody had corrected me. It's actually another playwright, and so thank you for that. But this AE was on this page for a reason, and it's not because of that word, but it's actually because of this box up here in the corner. And so we're going to take a closer look at this box, and you're going to see that letter replacement is going to be used. So I'm going to try to keep it as steady as I can, and let's zoom it in, and let's start unlocking this cipher using the letter replacement. If you haven't seen my Latin letter AE video, go back and watch it. And we're going to continue it right here. So looking at this, we're closer in now, and you can clearly see right here, looks like an A. And then if you come over, you see a P, you see another P, then you see an S. Got the W over here off to the side. In this box, we're going to flip it around. Watch what happens. So we flip it. Okay. Now we're looking at this box upside down. And if you look at the bottom, find it here. You got the letter B, A, C, M, N. Got the O off to the side. Replace the O with the M, and you got Bacon. Capital letter cipher. B-A-C-M-N with the O off to the side. Replace the O with the M, and you have the name Bacon. Right there on the bottom. So then when you spin it back around, get it spun back around here, and you read the first line, to draw no envy, Shakespeare, on thy name. It's actually Bacon. To draw no envy, Bacon, on thy name. This is why Shakespeare was created. To have envy is to have jealousy for one's possessions or intellect, or possessions or abilities. We know this isn't about his abilities. It was about the possessions he had, and he did not want anyone to have envy or jealousy over the possessions that he had. Anybody who did know. And he certainly didn't want it out for the masses, so he created Shakespeare. Bacon, upside down. Flip it around and you get Bacon, letter replacement. And then when you flip it to get the name Bacon, darn it, sorry about that, it's going to be tough. I knew this was going to be a tough video to record because of having the flip and everything. But when you flip it, you get the name Bacon. There it is at the bottom. Right? And then, of course, that W becomes an M. Becomes an M. And so when you flip it back to its regular way, it's Bacon, Bacon, T, W, O, 2, Bacon's 2, and then remember this W, when it was flipped back, it was an M. So let's make it an M. M, A, P, P, S. Bacon's 2 maps. The reason why you have to flip it back and forth in order to read it fully is because that's what you have to do with this. These are his 2 maps. This is the map when you get there, and it is an aerial view of the keystone at Asher, the location that he leads you to. It's an exact image. That golden gate where the 3's marked, that is the keystone. That's exactly what it looks like. This whole terrain down here is identical. And now what we're understanding is that when you, so this is one map, and when you flip it around, the terrain changes and it becomes another map, another aerial view of a location a half a mile north with an omega symbol, an upside down omega symbol. It is absolutely incredible. This is exactly what the creek does. There's about 60-65 yards of woods, and then you hit the rock with the upside down omega. The sign that we're looking for in the chamber of reflection with the open door. And then of course you got the temple right there. It matches identically. You got the space between the two. Looks like a tunnel. It's actually, it could be a wall, because that's exactly what we found. Behind the omega there was a wall built there, and there was about 4 feet of dirt piled up behind it. We tore the wall down. That dirt's gone. This is all empty now. I got pictures of before and after. But the whole area looks exactly like the omega site. And so now we're understanding what we're looking at. We have 2 maps. There are 2 maps within a map, which would make a lot of sense looking at this AE. It's 2 independent letters to make a single letter. 2 independent maps within a single map. Letter replacement also. He's definitely using it. This concept has led us to find this cipher. And it is a Baconian cipher. Bacon coded right there, upside down. Bacon. Bacon's 2 maps. Now watch this. Off to the left. Let me zoom it in a little closer. You have the letters Y, E, lowercase e, and S. Yes. Bacon's 2 maps. And it says yes. And then you come down here and you have that dot next to the T. We've been following dots. He's using these dots with the phrase "'tis true." Bacon's 2 maps. Yes, it's true. That is incredible. Right there in front of us this whole time. Ben Johnson knew. He knew enough to know that there were 2 maps, that's for sure. Whether he knew where those maps were or not, who knows. But he knew that there were 2 maps made. And it's being coded in this box. And in the first line, of course, it's telling you why he creates the name Shakespeare. But there's a lot more being spoken in this dedicatory. This whole dedicatory is about the 2 maps. It's about the 2 maps. You just come down here a little further to make thee a room. Thou art a monument without a tomb. Yeah, that monument, that's the Stratford Monument, he's not buried there. The Shakespeare is just, we know that Bacon is the true writer. That monument is just a monument for directions. It's an incredible cipher. And they had to go a little further to make him a room in the Ozark Mountains. Just no doubt about it. We're getting so close. And now that we know that it's 2 aerial view maps and 2 locations, and that's another thing I find kind of interesting with this map, is when you're looking at it in its regular view, you don't see it. You don't see anything about map. But when you flip it upside down, there it is. N at the M, the A, and the P. In map. When it's upside down, it's the temple. The temple is in the map when it's upside down. The upside down omega symbol is the symbol that represents life. Life, the Ark of the Covenant, life. Flip the page. It's talking about all kinds of stuff, talking about this map. Yet must I not give nature all, thy art, my gentle Shakespeare, must enjoy a part. For though the poet's matter nature be, his art doeth give the fashion. What art are we talking about? You know, one would assume we're talking about the art of the plays, the writing of the plays, but no. We're talking about the art within his 2 maps that he has coded on this page. The art doeth give the fashion. The knight clutching the serpent. That's the map we should be focused on. The other map is a decoy. And I've spent a lot of time working it. And it's okay, because it got us to this point. And then what does it say? And that he who casts to write a living line must sweat, such as thine are. See the dot? Yeah, he made it to where we were going to have to work. You're going to have to work this out. And strike the second beat. You're going to work it out. You're going to figure out that the first map is not the map that gives you the answer, but it's the second map. Upon the muse's anvil turn the same, and himself with it that he thinks to frame. Now that also went to the dedicatory of the 1611. We unlocked a cipher in the 1611 dedicatory that does that very thing. But here we're doing it again. Upon the muse's anvil, the anvil is his drawings, his art, his 2 maps. And you have to turn them. It's the same map, but turn them. And himself with it that he thinks to frame. It's directions. It's directions. Not only is it telling you that it has 2 maps, but he's giving you directions on what to do. Look how the Father's face lives in his issue, even so the race. It's all about the Father. And I've broken this one down before. But stay, I see thee in the hemisphere, advanced and made a constellation there. Constellation is a cluster of stars which form a recognizable pattern. Shine forth, thou star of poets. The poets are the stars. Bacon's the stars. The writings are the stars. And they create a constellation, a recognizable pattern. And so this whole thing is coded. We're going to look at a page in another play, because I wanted to show you he is using this AE, and he's trying to get us to understand, yes, you can use it in the English language in 1611 to spell whatever word you wanted to use, Egypt in this case, but you don't have to. So if Bacon doesn't have to use it, why is he using it? That's the question. And he's very much using it, and he wants you to understand letter replacement. And I think it goes a little deeper than that too. But the whole concept of 2 things joining into one. But here you can see the Egypt and the A and the E. This is very rare in the folio. You're not going to see this very often. I think in Julius Caesar you'll see it. In this play, which is Antony and Cleopatra. But you just don't see it very often. But you just come right down here, and here he has it, Egypt, spelt with just the E. So it's very much by choice. And he does this several times. But you come down here, and he's got Egyptian spelt wrong. Instead of the Y, it's the I. So replacing a letter with another letter. That's not done on accident. That's done on purpose. And then you come right over here, and you see Egypt spelt right again. And you see Egypt spelt right again. But then you come down to the bottom, and you see he's added the E on the end of Egypt. Replacing letters, adding letters and replacing letters. That's why he's using the A and the E. He's got the A and the E over here in lowercase with the word demon. I believe that's what that's supposed to be. He's wanting you to know. And then he codes his name. Capital letter cipher. B-A-C-O, down to the N, back up to the B, giving you bacon, and a capital letter cipher. He's got a little riddle right here. 8 wild boars roasted whole at a breakfast, and but 12 persons there. Is this true? Of course, 8 plus 12 is 20. The number for RC. 8 wild boars, bacon, 20, RC, RC's tomb. The AE will help you get there if you understand what to do with it. So I just wanted to show you guys that. That's just one page. He actually does this several times in this play. And I believe I have found it a couple more times where he's doing this in maybe Julius Caesar. But definitely adding letters and misspelling on purpose, but then turning around and spelling them correctly, and then giving you the AE. He's wanting you to understand. And we're applying it. We applied it in the last video, I believe 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times on the monument, in that etching that said RC and Asher. Now we're doing it here. We have it in the map. We did it with the word cave because we have 2 AEs on the map page. And when you use the letter replacement here, you get the word cave. Definitely a V, supposed to be a D. You come over here and look at it in the, I don't have my, if you look at it in the index, it's completely different italic of D. But the top's clearly missing, and so you could clearly make that a V, giving you the word cave. Just replace it, letter replacement. And so it's absolutely incredible. We have 2 maps. There's just no denying that. 2 maps. And now that we understand that, it opens up everything for us. Now we can really start to understand. But there it is. B-A-C-M-N with the O off to the side. Replace the M with the O, giving you the bacon. The M you'll use over here to give you the word maps. Also, the top left corner. If you look at the top left corner, with it upside down, it's an upside down omega symbol. It's just absolutely incredible. Mind of curiosity, thinking outside the box. And there it is, giving you a whole nother message. When you unlock that, this whole dedicatory changes. And you begin to really understand what they're talking about behind the scenes. And then of course, what does it say? He's telling you his name's Bacon. Draw no envy, Shakespeare, on thy name. The actual name is Bacon. So we know when it says the author, William Shakespeare, the memory of my beloved, we know it was Bacon is his beloved. The author, Mr. William Shakespeare, or Bacon, and what he has left us. He left us 2 maps. And those 2 maps lead to 2 different locations a half a mile apart, and one of them is going to give us our answer. And so we're out there and we are testing things, and I will definitely keep you updated. All glory to the Father. Your work is amazing. How you use this man, the mind that you gave him, and the heart to think of others. It's inspiring. It's inspiring. And we will figure this out. We will figure this out. Put our hearts on him, and one step at a time, he's going to give you everything you need. Yes, it's true. I love you guys. See you on the next one.